Okay, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year's. Today is January 5th. It's Monday, okay, already, 2026, all right? So it's my first video of the year. For those who have been tracking, you know. For those who aren't familiar with this YouTube channel, I talk about real estate, investing in real estate, and I talk about the three pillars for successful real estate investing. And I think of capital, strategy, and operations as those three main pillars. And I like to share experiences that I've gone through, lessons learned, and how people can more efficiently invest in real estate. We're here in the Kansas City market. Most of what we do is on the residential side of the business, primarily buying and holding single-family home investments for the long run with the use of seller financing as our strategy. And so I want to encourage y'all out there, try to keep it somewhat short today. Definitely refer back to some of the previous videos as I talk about capital, strategy, and operations, and how you can more effectively, efficiently, productively, profitably, ideally invest for the long run. Okay, so I really want to, encourage y'all to put the word out there if you are looking to take things to the next level and you're already in the mix doing certain things, or if you are still on the sideline looking for opportunities, researching, learning more about the various aspects of real estate. I encourage you to jump in there. And if you want to learn more about how we have done it along with my clients and colleagues here in the Kansas City market, then feel free to reach out, okay? So my big encouragement lately, okay, especially the last couple years, has been on the capital aspect of the business. And for me, my background, excuse me, is as a salesperson, real estate agent, of course, and also a property manager. And then it wasn't until years later that I started to take a deeper dive into the capital aspect of the business. And that's what really helped accelerate my business and my investments. And so depending on, what you are bringing into the table, how much capital you have access to, and what type of experience you have, and of course, what type of investing you want to do, you may be able to come in or get in and attack it from different angles. And so my big thing lately is, okay, you usually are going to have either the capital or the strategy first. At least that's what I encourage y'all. The reality is, for a lot of investors, is they have an opportunity that comes their way first, or they are wholesaling or looking for off-market distressed type fixer-upper properties. And then from there, they may get some experience transacting on real estate, perhaps as a real estate agent as I did. And then at some point, they want to take things to the next level, and they have to figure out the capital piece, all right? So if you're out there looking for opportunities, like I did early on, I did that for quite a few years, and I got a little frustrated because I wanted to start capitalizing on those opportunities, and I wasn't sure how I was going to go about doing that. So for years, I was a real estate agent and a property manager, and I did a lot of leasing for other investors. And I started to see, how much money they were making, and I started to understand more about the operations as I was helping these investors through the process. And that led to me getting a bit of a fire up under me and wanting to do that on my own, of course, with other, investors, doing partnerships and collaborating and that sort of thing. And so that's led us to today. And so now I've, still active as a real estate broker and investor. And I am, of course, looking to take things to the next level. And part of that is, educating, inspiring, with the hope of collaborating with some of y'all out there. All right, so reach out again if you have questions, if you have concerns. And especially if you have opportunities, because I'm connected with several investors and several amazing real estate service providers here in the Kansas City market, and we may be able to help you capitalize on that opportunity, whether you refer it to us, whether you assign it to one of my clients or myself or a business partner, okay, or if you just need assistance with something. All right, so our specialty, our main strategy is using seller financing, as I mentioned before, and that is very attractive for real estate investors to not only acquire properties, but also to exit and create more cash flow and what I think of as time freedom from your real estate investment portfolio. Because as you'll learn and as I learn, working with investors, you know, doing different things, some of them renovate and resell, right? Also known as fix and flip. Some of them renovate and refinance to keep, also known as the BRRRR strategy. And then others are, of course, using seller financing. And, you know, most investors are doing long-term rentals. And I started to notice some things about my clients who were doing certain strategies, and I started to see where there were certain gaps or certain flaws with said strategies. And that's why we lean so heavily into seller financing. So again, as promised, I wanted to keep it somewhat short today. Again, Happy New Year. Feel free to reach out. It's Luther Wilson III, Upside Property Services, Kansas City Real Estate. All right, peace, y'all.